What's going on, Vikings fans? To the Skol side, back again with another Minnesota Vikings video. And in today's video, as you see by the title, will the Minnesota Vikings let Russ cook? And as we all know, in Seattle, Russ has been tearing up the league. Hasn't scored less than 30 in a game. I think their offense is edging 35 points a game. He broke the touchdown record for most touchdown passes in first 4 games. And he has been the MVP of the year. And honestly, he's got a real good matchup with this Vikings defense this week. However, we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it. Will the Minnesota Vikings let Russ cook? Let's get right into it. All right, man. Russell Wilson. I'm excited like crazy to play this game and to watch this game and just to see how the Vikings handle themselves for the 3rd year in a row in Seattle under the Kirk Cousins era. You know, first year we went up there, Cousins really didn't show up, and Russ, he was all right. He didn't overly kill us. Last year, he kind of hit us with a couple deep shots that kind of put the game away, and it just always seems with Russ when he plays us, Zimmer will just keep him contained for a little bit, and then he'll just have his moments where he'll be Russ, and Russ will cook. And I'm a little nervous that with the whole new philosophy in Seattle of just letting him cook, they might let him cook from quarter 1, and the Vikings might fall behind early, and then they got that dude in the backfield, Chris Carson, who is a bruiser, and how soft this Vikings front 7 has been besides Kendricks and Yannick Ngakoue. It might be really tough to stop this team. However, I think we can. Whole week everybody's gonna say how many points is Russ gonna put up on this defense. This Vikings defense couldn't stop anybody. They couldn't stop Rodgers. They couldn't stop Derrick Henry. They couldn't even stop Phillip Rivers and Jonathan Taylor, and they could barely stop the Texans offense. And you know what, for right reason, they should say that. However, if you actually look at the game film, look at last week, there was huge improvements from the secondary. Jeff Gladney, the rookie, he played out of his mind. He gave up one big play. Dantzler, he really stood out to me last week. I was watching the All-22 film on him, and he had a hell of a week. So we have 2 corners who I feel comfortable with putting out there against Russell Wilson. I know they're rookies, and I know he's going to be trying to pick on them going against DK and Tyler Lockett. However, it's a matchup we should be excited for, and if they can step up and just be okay and just not get completely blown off the ball or completely beat, they can hold their own. And last week, Harrison Smith went out in the second quarter, and we saw how bad this defense was after he went out. That kind of changed the tide of the game, because before that, the Vikings defense was, they were letting up some yards, but they weren't letting up any touchdowns at the time. And Harrison Smith, as that quarterback back there, I think he'll be able to really recognize what Russ likes to do, because he's played him a ton. Him, Kendricks, they have both played him in the playoffs. They have both played him multiple times in the regular season, and it's a little rivalry they have with Russell Wilson. There's nothing he's going to do what we'll be shocked about, because we play him all the time. It's almost like a divisional opponent. We play him every year. We play him in Seattle almost every year now, always on prime time. And I think Harrison Smith, he's going to be a huge X factor. It just really depends if he can get a jump on a ball or help these young corners out in game, because all practice, it doesn't matter until it's in game and it's Russ. He's scrambling. I think Zimmer knows Russ when it's play by play. I think Zimmer can come up with a defensive scheme. He's been around. He's played Russ many times. He's played guys like this where he can get a stop when it's like in between the play, where it's like read, but then when it breaks down and when these young corners are out there on an island against DK and Lockett, that's when some trouble could come. And also, the #1 pressure of letting Russ cook is we need to get pressure on him. We need to be in his face. We need to blitz him. This defense has not gotten any pressure really besides Yannick Ngakoue. And that's why it sucks that Daniil will most likely not be playing this Sunday night. Is just seeing Daniil and Yannick Ngakoue, if they could get pressure, because they're both young and athletic. They can chase Russell Wilson down outside of the pocket. However, we got Jaleel Johnson, Shamar Stephen, Hercules out there trying to chase after him, even Ifedi. That's when he could be dangerous. He could pick up little 10-yard runs on 3rd and 10, and that's when the Vikings could really find themselves in a hole in this game. Then again, back to the question, will the Minnesota Vikings let Russ cook? And it honestly just comes down to the veterans, and that's the answer. It's going to come down to star power. Because, our rookies, they're going to have their moments where they're going to have a chance to make a play. That's going to happen. They're going to get beat at least once. I know Gladney's going to get beat by DK at least once. I know Dantzler will probably get beat by Metcalf or DK once, whoever they end up putting on them. However, it comes down to Harrison Smith and Eric Kendricks. If they can get an interception, they can get a huge 3rd and 3 stop where they read the play right. Because they are guys who can do that. It's just timely football against the Seahawks. because this offense that we have will put up points against their offense. Our offense is too explosive and their defense is just depleted. They've lost a lot of guys to injuries, and frankly, they aren't that good on that side of the ball besides Wagner. And of course, if Jamal Adams plays. I just think on defense, we need to get a couple key stops early and often. We can't just let them go 5 minutes, 7 points, 5 minutes, 7 points, and then we're looking up and it's like 14-10, and then it's another touchdown, 21-10. If we can just hold them under 30, I really like our chances in this game. It's going to be a shootout. We all know that. I'm not saying they need to come in there and hold them to under 20 because frankly, that's impossible. I don't think that's going to happen. At least those Seahawks offense will put up 3 touchdowns. We just need to make sure it's only 3. And it's only 3 and maybe a field goal or 2. We just can't have Russ hang 4 or 5 touchdowns on us because then we're going to get really behind. And honestly, I think Zimmer's up to the task. I mean, I think Zimmer's had this game marked for a while, and I think this whole Vikings team has had this marked for a while. And especially this defense. I mean, this defense, they have been criticized. They have been scrutinized all year. I mean, ever since that Green Bay game, that's all we've talked about is just Zimmer and his defense. Is Zimmer on the hot seat? Does he still have it? Can he still game plan? Now, here's a Sunday night against the MVP. Rookies all over the field, all of our secondary for us. Harrison Smith's back, Anthony Harris, Eric Kendricks, Yannick Ngakoue, Ifedi. Let's see if we can get them going. We just need big plays from our stars on defense, and I think that's how we can stop Russ. If Harrison Smith needs to make his name known in that game, Eric Kendricks needs to make his name known in that game, and same with Gladney and Dantzler. And then we got a chance. Personally, if I was a coach, I would put Dantzler on DK. I know DK is a more physical guy. Of course, Dantzler's more slim. However, Dantzler does have length to bother him. And I like Gladney on Lockett. Gladney's a guy, he likes to get up and get physical, and I don't think Lockett really responds well to that. Lockett does most of his damage when he gets off, when the corners are playing 5 yards off, he can get a clean break off the ball. That's going to be an interesting thing to watch, who's on who. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Will the Minnesota Vikings let Russ cook? We're going to have to see. I think there's a formula to stop him. It's called being big plays, get a key fumble, get a key interception when they're driving, get a key sack, get him in 2nd and long, get him in 3rd and long, and don't let Chris Carson run all over you. And I think the Vikings can be fine. I don't think they need to hold them under 30. Or under 20. They just need to hold them under 30. I think that's a ceiling. However, all week they should be trying to shut them out. That needs to be the mindset going into it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel for more Minnesota Vikings videos. I'm excited for this game on Sunday, Sunday Night Football. We got the MVP coming. Let's get after it. Skol Vikes. See you guys later.